November 21st, 1985. Shadowed Secrets. The arrest of Jonathan J. Pollard marked one of the most serious espionage cases in modern American history. Pollard served as a civilian intelligence analyst for the U.S. Navy's Anti-Terrorist Alert Center, where he held access to classified materials from multiple agencies. His work involved monitoring foreign threats. During this period, he removed large amounts of restricted documents and passed them to Israeli handlers. His arrest closed months of internal concern inside U.S. intelligence circles about unusual information leaks. The case gained national attention because the target of his espionage was not an adversary, but a close American ally. This detail made the situation unique and placed pressure on long-standing diplomatic cooperation between the United States and Israel. Pollard's activities came to light after colleagues noticed irregular behavior and large volumes of material checked out without clear work need. His supervisors reported their suspicions to security officials. This internal reporting started an inquiry that quickly narrowed in on Pollard. When investigators confronted him, he attempted to seek refuge at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Embassy staff denied him entry, which left him exposed to federal agents who arrested him outside the compound. This event made headlines because it underscored the seriousness of the case and suggested swift coordination between American and Israeli officials. His attempt to enter the embassy also provided clear evidence of intent, which became an important part of the prosecution narrative. The material Pollard provided included intelligence on regional military capabilities, communications data, and other sensitive reports. U.S. officials later stated that the volume of information was large enough to create concern about possible secondary exposure beyond Israeli intelligence circles. The Justice Department argued that the breach carried wider security implications since documents could reveal U.S. collection methods and sources. These concerns shaped the later sentencing phase. Pollard submitted a plea agreement to avoid a full trial, and he pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to deliver national defense information to a foreign government. Despite the plea, the court imposed a life sentence. The judge cited the severity of the breach and its strategic impact. The case placed pressure on U.S.-Israel relations. Israeli officials initially described Pollard as part of an unauthorized operation. The United States requested full cooperation, which included the return of classified materials and interviews with Israeli personnel involved. Over time, Israel adjusted its position. It acknowledged responsibility for the operation and worked to manage political fallout. American officials stressed that allies must respect intelligence boundaries, and the case served as a warning that friendly nations could still engage in covert collection. The response from the U.S. intelligence community emphasized the need for strict internal security controls, which led to new rules about document access, background checks, and employee monitoring. Agencies increased focus on tracking classified material movement to prevent similar breaches. Public discussion about the case evolved through the 1990s and early 2000s. Pollard supporters argued that his actions were motivated by concern for Israel's safety and that he shared information meant to improve security against regional threats. They requested clemency from several presidents. U.S. intelligence leaders opposed these efforts. They stated that the damage assessment remained significant and that reducing the sentence would send a harmful signal to personnel with classified access. Government statements reinforced the view that the breach went beyond political motives and created measurable harm to national security operations. Debates continued for years, but the official position remained firm. Pollard received parole in 2015 after serving 30 years. His parole conditions limited his movement and restricted contact with foreign officials. Later, these restrictions were lifted and he moved to Israel in 2020. His release revived a discussion about the case, though intelligence agencies maintained their earlier assessments of the damage he caused. The long duration of the case made it a reference point for intelligence law, internal security practice, and diplomatic management of espionage between allied nations. The historical significance of the Pollard arrest lies in its clear demonstration that intelligence breaches can occur even in environments built on trust. It exposed vulnerabilities inside security screening systems and accelerated reforms in how classified information is controlled. It also forced two allied nations to address an uncomfortable reality. Espionage does not stop at political partnerships. The arrest remains a documented example of how intelligence relationships can strain when covert goals conflict with formal alliances. Its impact shaped policy, legal precedent, and the handling of insider threats for decades afterward. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.